I believe that we've got a positive mindset and we've got a negative mindset, and both of them compete with each other. But they compete with each other only for as long as we allow them to compete with each other. We control the airtime of what plays inside of our head. When you're driving a car and you're listening to a radio station and it's playing a great song because you're in the middle of somewhere you don't know, it's playing a great song, then all of a sudden it switches and it starts to play, whatever your most annoying music is to you, like whatever that happens to be. What do? Do you sit there going, ah? How long does it take you to make that decision? Right. You don't even think about it. So we have to have the same kind of mentality. Whenever that negative voice starts to play inside your own head, you've got to have the diligence to be able to change the channel and let the positive voice start to talk again. Right? Reminded me, whatever, I quit smoking just over a year ago. And it was interesting to me how, in my opinion, how easy it was. And it was easy, in my opinion, because it was for me, it was just a mental habit. It was not necessarily, I didn't feel that I had a physical addiction to it. And what would happen when I first quit was, I swear there was like this little party guy who lived in my head. This is exactly what would occur. So I would wake up and I would do my normal routine, and all of a sudden something would happen. A stressful scenario would happen, or I'd find myself in a situation where socially it was just something that would, all of a sudden something would happen, and this little dude would show up. He'd go, "Hey!" I'd be like, "What?" He's like, "I have a great idea." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Let's go smoke." I was like, "No." And off he'd go. And like a minute later, he'd come back. He'd be like, "Hey!" I'd be like, "What?" He's like, "I have a great idea." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Let's go smoke." I'm like, "No." And it took some training. Like, it really did. It took some training, but it surprisingly, in my experience, for me, it took only a couple of days. And he started to get upset. Like, "Hey!" I'd be like, "Whatever, dude, just go away." And he started to leave. And he stopped showing up after about a week or whatever, and he hasn't shown up since, which is just an interesting thing to me, is that you have the ability to change the channel in your head whenever you decide to. So again, point number 1 is success is a mindset.